Hi everybody, it's Joel Wood, your lobbyist in Washington. Happy Wednesday on a very suspense-filled week, anticipating the floor vote on Trumpcare, the newly revised version. We've got a memo from our counsels, Kate Jensen at Steptoe and Johnson, attached to this email that gives much more details on this, but that has a couple of provisions that would impact employer-provided plans. In particular, it would push out the Cadillac tax for even an additional year to 2025. I'm convinced the Cadillac tax is never going to take effect. More importantly for us is that it does not scale back that tax exception for employee portions of group health insurance employer-provided plans, and that is our number one priority, to ensure that we don't tax employer plans and that they don't become the casualty of trying to solve all these problems in the individual and the Medicaid market. So two quotes that I think that are relevant. On the one hand, you still have very conservative Republicans like Representative Mark Meadows of the House Freedom Caucus saying that Paul Ryan is just going to dare us to vote against this, and the framework on this is something that he continues to believe is troublesome. Margin of error here is only 21 votes that Paul Ryan can give up, and it would be these conservatives that you would be most likely to see revolting on it. On the other hand, the Mitch McConnell quote from yesterday was that I would hate to be the Republican whose vote stopped us from dismantling the ACA, and I think that is the overwhelming Republican sentiment of being able to get there in terms of first using this reconciliation process to dismantle much of the architecture of the ACA, secondly using executive actions on multiple fronts to continue that, and then third, potentially to use the process of regular order which would require 60 votes in the Senate. I think that they ultimately going to get there. We'll see next week if I have to eat my words. One other small measure, the House of Representatives yesterday passed legislation that would scale back the antitrust exception for health insurers under the McCarran-Ferguson Act. We don't think that this has any particular practical impact on brokers. It's more of a symbolic thing, and I don't think it ultimately makes it to the finish line in the Senate. So hope this is helpful. Help keep our eye on the prize of preservation of the employer-provided group health insurance marketplace, and we'll be back at you next week. Thanks.